Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing the same thing we do in each of our videos. We're going to be taking a tour of this camp. This camp's getting ready to go out, so I was going to walk around, give you the details on the exterior, what they changed up, what options they went with, and then we'll go ahead and go in the interior and I'll give you the color combinations, everything that way. Those of you that watched our last video, it was very unique in its layout on the interior. This one's very unique in its color combinations, as well as some of the things that they've done both interior and exterior. So we'll go through those things and I'll show you what's going on. All right, let's get going on the exterior of this one. So this is an X29 camp, meaning that it's a 29-foot length. The X at the beginning of the model would be the width. So usually we have an X, an S, an N, and it's all interior width that's determined by, and then we can do them in any length. So this one's an X29. This one weighs in at 9,500 pounds. Okay, it's a 22-foot box, a little over 22 feet on the living space of it. We have 7,200-pound axles. These are an 8-lug, 10-ply tires. So that'll give you some of the dimensions and stuff of it. For those of you that are curious, you're about 11.5 feet to the top of the air conditioner, which would be the highest point on this. The smokestack's a little bit shorter. But as you can see, kind of unique in the color combinations. We've done one before that has these blue arches. They're kind of, a little different, makes it very personal. So kind of cool that way. You've got your 2 5/16 coupler. It's a bully dog setup, fully adjustable. So if you match this with an adjustable receiver on your truck, makes it to where you can really fine tune it. Now, one thing that we get asked a lot is how these tow. Now, a lot of you are thinking, oh, flat surface on the front, not gonna pull very good, gonna be a drag. They actually pull surprisingly well. And this might sound biased just because I'm an owner here, but I honestly have never pulled anything that pulls better than these. And I'll tell you why that is. And so you can see, I've got several trailers that we work on. We run a repair business here as well. So we're always working on trailers. The majority of your trailers, they might be designed, they'll have the frame designed for a specific layout, specific model, but what they'll do is there might be 10 different layouts that go on that same frame. And so if you get one of those trailers that was specifically built for that frame, it might tow great. But if you get one of the other dozen models that wasn't designed for that, it might pull like garbage. Well, all of our camps are designed to where axle placement on all of them is set specifically for that camp. So you get the proper amount of tongue weight. They pull excellent. They're quite a bit heavier than a comparable size travel trailer. So they stick well to the road. Just excellent in pulling. So, and now I'm sure some of our customers might chime in the comments of their experience pulling. Take that for what it is. It's firsthand experience of how they tow. So anyways, that's kind of how we do it is, yeah, each frame specifically designed for each camp. This one has the 2 7-gallon propane tanks. You've got your bully dog tongue jack. Now this is an option that they added. This is an electric jack. Pretty handy. You don't have to do your cranking or anything, so makes it nice that way. It does have the storage here in the tongue. These grates will remove. You can keep all your gear and stuff. This one's got all your stabilizer jack handles, tire chocks, whatever it is that you're not worried about being in the elements, you can keep there. Everything's DOT compliant. We're also compliant to where we can be in Canada, so that's kind of cool. All your marker lights, porch light. This is a traditional thing, broom holder on the front. And then you can see all of the custom little touches. These are all horseshoes. And then you can see on this one, those of you that are familiar with the channel kind of know some of the standard stuff, typical layouts and stuff, but you can see this one's quite a bit different on the exterior in placement. The water heater's moved forward, outside shower. This is actually a vent for the toilet, and I'll show you that as we go inside. Little different configuration there. And then those of you that follow our other social media accounts, Instagram, Facebook, seen that we've started doing these latches. So this is a locking latch for our compartment doors. It's a push button. It's fully adjustable to where you can adjust your set depth to where it pulls tight against this double sill. So you've got an inner sill and then an outer sill as well. A little storage box here. These do all have lights on the interior of them. And then this is kind of a cool setup back here. This has got a black stone grill that pulls out. It's on rails to where it pulls out. And then they've got some storage up above it to where they can keep whatever cooking supplies and everything in there. And then in this back one, we have a smoker. So they've got a little Traeger smoker back here that they can, yeah, it seems to me like they've got it figured out. Camping's not the same without good food, so I think they've got it figured out what they're planning on doing with this camp. On the back, you have 200-watt solar panels. This is standard on all of our camps. So this maintains your batteries, keeps everything good, to where you don't have to worry about running out of power or anything that way. We do a large bank of batteries so that we can store all that energy. And then we have our connector here. If you want to do TV, satellite, stuff that way, it's set up that way. Your water fill. And then in the back here, we have our water storage. This is a 42-gallon freshwater tank. And then you have all your winterization stuff, water pump. So everything's really accessible to where if you ever did have to work on anything, makes it nice and easy. Have your 2-inch receiver tube. This is wired with a 7-way plug, so it is wired for electric brakes too, to where if you are pulling double, if you're pulling a side-by-side, anything that way, and that rear trailer does have brakes on it, they will work with your brake control. And as we go to this side, this is going to be your battery compartment as well as more storage. So as you can see, this one's got 6-volt batteries in it. Big bank of storage. These are a 220 amp battery. So oodles and oodles of storage that way. This does have the Go Power 3000 watt pure sine inverter in it. So they can run all of their outlets, fridge, anything they want that way. And then the rest of this area is just all storage. You do have your solar controller here. Tells you everything, monitors, battery temperature, battery levels, solar input, all of that fun stuff. Stovepipe. This is the wood box. So this is a little vent for our fresh air for our wood stove. As you can see, screen in it, so you don't have to worry about insects and stuff getting in there. And then this wood box feeds all the way through to the inside, so you can keep all your wood, kindling, paper, all that stuff in here to where you don't have to go outside to get any of it. 30 amp shore power cord. This is a 25-foot cord, so you can stretch it out. As you can see, we're plugged in. We're just into a 15 amp service right now. Everything in this camp, even the air conditioner. The air conditioner has a soft start on it, so you can run it off a little Honda 2000 generator. You can even, I do have customers that are even running the air conditioner off the inverter. It's not something that I recommend, but you can do it. We have our heated tanks. Now this is a tank enclosure that is fully insulated, and then there's heat ducts that are plumbed down into it from our forced air furnace to keep hot air in there. And then there's also electric heating elements that are on it that you can turn on. They're thermostatically controlled to where when it drops in temperature, they'll turn on, keep those tanks from freezing. So very nice feature there. You have your forced air furnace. This is a 30,000 BTU furnace, so more than adequate for this amount of space. And if you're wondering how these furnaces work, because the furnace in the RVs get a really bad rap of using a lot of battery, using a lot of propane. Well, I've got a video that compares our camp to any of the RVs out there and kind of use of propane and batteries and everything that way. So if you haven't seen that video, I would say it'd be worth a watch to go check it out. So, and what they figure is they figure about 1,000 BTUs for every foot of trailer, and that's in the RV stuff. Ours, where they're fully insulated, everything that way, they retain the temperature a lot better. So anyways, that's a look at the exterior. We'll go ahead and go on the interior and see what's going on in there. All right, we've held you in anticipation long enough. Let's go in this thing. So this has a Dutch door. So the top is split to where you can open that top half and keep the bottom half closed. What do you think? That's kind of wild, isn't it? So this one is a pressed linen wall. So kind of a gray color. And then it's a wild cherry cabinetry, but all of the face frames and doors are just a finished knotty alder. So just lacquered knotty alder matched with that wild cherry. Kind of gives it a cool look. Then our countertops are a butcher block, so 1.5 inch thick butcher block. The flooring is a gold luxury floor. Kind of cool, very unique. This one's you've probably seen some of the blue camps and stuff, but I think this one turned out kind of cool. So anyways, let's start up here in the front and I'll show you kind of what they got going on and how they've laid it out. So the first thing you come to, they wanted a little mud room here that they have AC power as well as DC power. Run a little boot dryer or whatever that way, keep gear here. I'm assuming they'll do like some clothes hooks, maybe even a rod or something to where they can hang stuff, keep stuff kind of tucked away and neat. Then you've got your closet. This is cedar lined. There is lights in them as well. There's no hardware on these yet. They're going to be providing them when they come. So we don't have any of the pulls or knobs or anything on these. Dovetail drawers, big, deep. These are locking latches, so they keep everything from rolling out as you travel. And then I didn't mention on these are a soft close hinge also. And they put a little resistance too, to where you can keep everything. Overhead cabinets here on gas struts. This is a two-way fridge, propane and AC. And then the furnace is set below it so that we could raise this up, keep you from bending over as you're getting all your treats out. And as we move into the kitchen area, they have a pull-out cutting board. And then a row of drawers. And then this is a pull-out pantry. They've got a couple of those in here. You also have them on this side. These are a little bit longer ones. So you have one up high and then one below it. A little storage up above. Propane gas light. They actually had us put 2 in this one. Then you have all your monitoring systems. So this system right here will monitor all your tank levels, batteries, things that way. You can set alarms on it. Then you have your Go Power inverter switch. And then all of these switches, these are your tank heaters. So like I said, on the exterior, I can turn these on. Even though the switch is on, doesn't necessarily mean that those heaters are on, just because they have built-in thermostats on them. Okay, this is a circulation fan, so that when you're running your wood stove in those cold months, your furnace is going to be satisfied, and so it's not going to kick on and circulate air. And so by turning this switch on, we can circulate air from that wood stove down into our tanks, into our bathroom area, and just keep a nice even temperature. These are cabinet lights. So inside the cabinets, we have lighting. So it keeps everything to where you can see. And then the second switch there was for the back. They've got some big dogs that will actually stay underneath that bed. And you can turn that switch on, and that's specifically for that. Overhead storage. This is part of their brand or business, I think. I can't remember what it is, but little goat head that they wanted. Overhead storage. And your range. This has all of your fuses, breakers, everything in it. AC outlets, heat registers. Wood burning stove. It's burning. I'm burning it one more time before they come and get it. Make sure all the paints and oils and stuff are burned off. So it's just smoldering a little bit. We're also waiting on the curtains from them. They added the horseshoe hooks along the top. Nice bench cushions that match their recliner. And then this one has a queen size bed up top. Bookshelf and storage up above. Their reading lights. These have USB ports on the bottom of them. And then in their headboard, This lifts up. There's a lid here for storage in it. And then you have AC plugs as well as DC plugs, USB ports up there. And I might have to put the camera down to show you how to pull this table out. Pulls out to where you can eat over the recliners or the bench, however you want to do it, and then pushes back in and is stored away to where it's out of the way. Then if you remove these cushions, they did a little storage where they did the smoker and stuff on this side. They didn't have much storage as far as interior there because it was taken up by the outside stuff. But on this side, we did this little pull-out storage for them there. So they can keep a lot of gear in that. And then this bench flips up also for storage there that's lighted. And then you have storage down below as well. And then, like I said, this is a little area that'll be for their dogs. And then recliners. And then you can see on this side how deep this countertop is. This is something that they wanted deeper counters. So we added this one's about 34 inches deep. Big windows. This is that other propane light back to the back. These are kind of neat. You can dim them down to where they put off just a little light, or you can turn them way up, but they're kind of nice. Come in really handy in the early spring, early fall when it's cold, but it's not quite cold enough that you want to use the wood burning stove. You can turn those on and they'll put out just enough heat to keep you warm, take the chill off. So more drawers here. They got about 8 drawers on this side, so lots of storage that way. Sink was set in the center. Accessible to all your water fittings, everything, to where everything's nice and organized. Overhead storage. Kind of a cool faucet that they did. Stainless steel single sink. And let's go in the bathroom and see what we got going on in here. So this has got the 32-inch shower. They did the shower curtain. Stainless steel fixtures. And then this one, they did a composting toilet. And it's kind of turned a different way to where we could do kind of a linen closet in that corner. A little medicine cabinet up top. And then this one is plumbed, so that if they decide that they don't like the composting toilet, it is plumbed for water as well as sewer setup, to where all it is I cut a hole in it, plumb it, and we're good to go. So this does, on the outside, how I told you that there was that access port or that vent port for the toilet. That's what this is. This has a 12-volt fan that circulates air. You can't even hear it, it's pretty quiet, but circulates air through there, to where, I don't know the composting process or anything, but it must help because that's why they have it. So all hardwood on everything. This is a solid 1.5 inch thick piece of alder with a continuous hinge, piano hinge that runs that full length to support the weight of that. And you have all of your switches for your interior lights. This is a porch light. But overall, that's this camp. I think it turned out really nice. Like I say, very unique in the color combinations, but I think it turned out sweet. So let me know in the comments what you think. If you like the layout, the configuration, some of the storage options, and maybe some of the things that you would change. So anyways, appreciate you for watching. As we wrap up this video, I just wanted to take a quick second and thank you for all of your support. It means a lot to us. The last few videos, tons of likes, subscribes, shares, comments, all of that stuff that's really helped us get the videos out in front of people. Now, by no means are we video people. We love building these camps. We love building a quality product, and it just so happens that YouTube's a great way for us to market that and get it out in front of people. But it all comes down to our customers and our viewers. You guys have really helped us reach a lot more people. And so I just wanted to take a moment and thank you. I do have another camp coming up. The next one that you're gonna see is the biggest camp that we've built. So you're gonna wanna be subscribed, hit the notifications, so that you can be aware of all the new stuff that we're rolling out of our shop. So anyways, thanks.